welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. My name is MaMa. If you haven't subscribed to this beautiful channel, please click on that subscription button, click on the notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I post a video. Okay, now let's get straight into it. I was thinking to myself, when is the appropriate time to introduce your partner to your parents? And I actually feel like there's no appropriate time for really anything you want to achieve. Like, yeah, there are timelines, fine, but the right time is always now. If you feel in your spirit, if you feel in your soul, if you feel the connection is there, and this person, you cannot live without them, and they bring you peace, well, you can introduce them to your parents. But at what time, and this got me reflecting on my life and the past, and so growing up, I was, should I say I was in a relationship? No, I don't see it as a relationship. I see it as a teenage thing, those hormones in you when you're a teenager, when you want to really know what is a man, that they tell you to stay away from men, that kind of thing. And so I would say, seeing somebody who I grew up with, and so he was more of a brother to me, you understand? So in my mind and in my thoughts and in everything, I saw him as a brother. And in my absence, I think I had gone for matriculation or something. He was introduced to my mom as my boyfriend, and my mom at the time, she wasn't really part of my life, so she was now trying to get to know me and stuff like that. So she really received that thing in good faith, and she really became like buddies with this guy. And so when I came to the realization that this thing going on right now is not going to end well, it will end in tears for one person, I decided to do this guy a favor and say, look, this whole thing here looks like a relationship, but it's more of a brother thing to me, brother sister thing, so let's just cut it off. And this didn't really go down well with him, with my family, with all those involved in it. And my grandma especially was very much disappointed in me, to the extent that she reported me to one of my uncles. I'm referring upon that he should talk to me, that Usiswa, it's good to really have just one boy. So she had that conception that the one who you start with, you should end with that person. She doesn't really like the idea of today this guy, tomorrow, which I understand, but this very guy I thought I wasn't good for him. Yeah, let me put it that way. And so my grandma didn't really accept it well. She went to the extent of giving me kente and a lot of things that I should accept this guy. I'm like, no. Then she said, I've heard that since you went to school, you are friends with some bad boys. Now you are dating a bad boy. That's why you want to let this. I said, no, that's not why. I'm not good for him. That connection is not there. That she was like, what do you know about love? I said, I don't know nothing, but what I know is that my heart is not in connection with this one. She wasn't too happy, and so there was a pressure on me to introduce this second guy I was really in love with to her, because I wanted her to see that he's not what they are saying he is. He comes from a very responsible home. He's a very responsible guy and matured and blah blah. Like, I wanted to prove that point, but I also didn't know if it was the right time, because it was too early and I was really under pressure. Okay, so he also wanted to see my grandma and also talk to him that he had heard what was going on, so he wanted to man up. I told him no, I don't think it's time. But eventually, I think a year after dating, I had to bring him home. My grandma saw him. Oh, she really liked him. Like they became friends. Calling each other, blah 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 blah. And I remember when I had to tell my mom about this guy, I know she had heard a lot and she hadn't really asked me directly, but I wanted her to like him. So I remember we were going to Kanishin, and in the taxi. I wanted this guy to pick us up from Kanishi. So I was like, I want you to meet my friend. He will pick us up, and, and he's a nice guy. Just like, if he's just your friend, why are you saying all these things about him? Then the Rama was like, oh mine, like that's her boyfriend. Don't mind her. If you see him, he's still like my sister spoils everything. So my mom was really cool when he met her, like the vibes and all that, blah blah blah. But when we broke up, we I think we were together for 5-6 years. When we broke up, it was really hard to tell my grandmother because she had come to like him, and he used to come to the house every weekend. So she was like, where is John Doe? So I'm using John Doe to represent this man, okay? Where is John Doe? And I say, oh, he's traveled, he's gone here, he's gone there. And then she oh, so he's not even calling me anymore. Like, it was really difficult to tell her, you know. And so I was this made it very difficult to start introducing new people to her, because I didn't want her to think, you know, she always says that as for her kids and her grandchildren, they are good. If it's one man, it's just that man. They only me. First one, second one, like bringing the third person was too much for me, you know. And at this time I was like 25, but it was really hard to bring somebody and just say, oh, that's my friend, because you know, for older people, we immediately say that's my friend. They've decoded you already. You understand? So I think that it depends on where you are coming from, you know. For my family, especially my mom, I haven't spoken to my dad about any man before. But for my mom, she always wants to know who I'm talking to, how the person is treating. Like, we used to be that cool. If I used to go on dates, and then she would call me, then she would speak to the guy, she'd be like, hey, take care of her. You know, my mom is really down to earth. I mean, we talk about sex, we talk about sex positions and how to make your pussy juicy and things. My mom is kind of rough. So it's cool. For other mothers, they are very conservative and overprotective. They are very strict. So it's really difficult for their wards or children to introduce men to them. Okay, but so it's really subjective, and for the right time, as I said, there's nothing like the right time. Once you feel the connection is there. But once you decide to introduce somebody to your parents, I think that you should have a conversation. Okay, why are we meeting your parents? Or why do your parents want to meet me? Or why do you want me to meet your parents? If there is not any communication, it's very likely that one person would end up thinking that, oh, this relationship is about to move to the next level. Meanwhile, in actual fact, it might not be like that. Maybe their parents are just cool and they want to know who their girl or their boy is seeing, or where their children spend time, or who they spend time with. You understand? So there should be that communication, so that the girl will not think, oh, I've met his parents, I'm the wife. Meanwhile, his parents have met so many. They are doing. You understand? So that should be that communication, so that one person will not be hurt at the end of the day. Okay? Because women, we think differently, men think differently. That's why there's the need for you to communicate. So yeah, there's no right time. If you ask me when do you, at what age, I don't know. You know, for some, when you're growing up, your parents tell you women are evil, men are devilish, don't be with a man, don't be with a woman. Then the same people will start saying, when are you bringing them, you know? So I think that maybe you should, one, talk to your parents about relationships, and then try to know how they are and their thoughts about such things. And it is very important that when your man or your girl decide, or you decide to let your partner meet your parents, you brief them that, okay, my mom is like this, it's like that, you know, so that the person will not go and disgrace herself or get embarrassed. You understand? My grandmother doesn't like men that do autofista. So I remember my senior sister, when those times when her friends are coming, they was like, you have to dress properly, because if my grandmother sees you dressed in a way, like the dressing alone will disqualify or qualify you, okay? Because my grandma, she would she would say, like, if she sees you not properly dressed, she'll be like, "This way." It will shock you. So you have to know your parents, what they like, what they don't like. And yeah, that's all I have for you. I hate to bore you with long vlogs. I think this vlog is going long, so I'm Akara here. Edna will be on the vlog very soon, as I said the last time, so watch out for her. If there are any topics that you want us to discuss, tell me and we'll talk about it. I want to hear your views about this topic in particular, okay? Let's get talking, let's get interactive. Don't forget to share, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. My name is Nanama Anderson, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye, peace out.